And these windows, old school. That's what I had in mind.
This was the first time we saw the church. If you're new here, we bought an abandoned church, Bible school, and parsonage, and we are slowly bringing it back to life.
All right, guys, good morning. Didn't want to get into too much today. You gotta have those days that you're not getting into a 6-hour project. And so I thought what we do today, if I could operate the door, we're gonna go in here, go into the main part of the church. Ah, yeah. See all these nice windows and stuff in here. Talked about the balcony and these windows. So these are the top of the windows. And of course we have that one. We have the one there with a lock coming under it. And if we want to venture over here real quick, you can see more lock coming through right there. And back there, you can really see. So I'm gonna go grab a couple things and we're gonna go ahead and cut these out today. Like I said, I talked to my builder. We are, I think we've all come up with a solution. I'm gonna try to box it up. I may try to mock one up just to kind of see what happens. But anyway, let me go grab a few things and let's get tearing this stuff out. Okay, so here we are at this window. Old school, nothing special. The saw, I don't use the roto zip stuff, but anyway, you know me, I'm gonna turn on some music. I'm gonna set the camera, be moving you around, and let me show you one last time what we're looking at. Window, mirror, we're covered on all the sides that I walked you through a minute ago. Anyway, let's get started. That went a little bit better than I thought, actually. I'm gonna spin you around here. We're gonna start on the far side of the room. So we got those cut out on this side. And on this side. So we don't know, like I said, we come up with an idea of how to make these windows, how to frame them up. In those videos that you walked with us in the past, as you know, the outlet here on the wall. This is our balcony part, looking over the main room. It's gonna be like our TV area. So you got some light that'll be coming in up here. We're not big overhead light people, I guess you'd say. So this is gonna give us some good light that's up here all the time. And looking back across this area, of course, we still got a lot of junk up here. We still got to get going, get the banisters up. Got that nice big blue stained glass sitting here in the top. I got to get cleaned up. Anyway, tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some boards. I'm going to go grab some boards. We're going to do a little bit of measuring. We're going to cut. We're going to see if we can't come up with something to build, possibly, like I said, like a box. It'll be in these. I'm just going to try one. It's a trial and error. It may work, it may not work, but we're just going to give it a shot. Let's go get some boards, do some measuring, see what we can come up with. So, did some measuring. As you can see, try to get everything done up. There's our crazy measurements in the square. Let's go find us some wood and let's see if we can get one of these mocked up and see if it's gonna work. All right, let's go. And in case you're wondering, that's not my saw. Not that I couldn't use it, but hey, that's I'm not the type that uses other people's stuff. I got saw and everything here in the back. So let's continue on, and I'll see how far I usually walk to go get stuff. Is why I cut the scene. So let's go back here, turn some lights on, which is nice to have. And we've got some boards here in the back. Got a saw back here. Now my chop saw's upstairs. We're probably gonna be using the table saw for most all this. And these rooms still have a lot of stuff piled up in them. Anyway, I'm gonna set you up here. We're gonna do some simple little measurements, see if we can cut this box out. All right, a little bit of change of pace. I know I said I was gonna use the table saw, which, you know, it is set up here in my little cutting room with all my boards. Let's just grab this board and take our tape measure and stuff, and let's just head back to the church, and let's just go to the saw that's set upstairs. That would probably, it's gonna be a lot easier, faster. we do have to take a walk through all of our furniture, which I know she's gonna have a video of all this furniture haul. We got all kinds of stuff that we found. And you know we don't buy new furniture. So anyway, that'll be a good one. Sorry, a little dark. This is the wing of the church that we have our bedroom and spare room and all this. But this is where the saw is set up. So I'm gonna spin you around here. We're gonna do a little bit of cutting and get these cut out and go try that. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're gonna get these cut out. And then we're gonna go up there and stick it in the hole of those windows and see what's going on. So let's get these cut. So I just realized I picked this up. Thought it was a 1x6 that was laying there. Turned out that was a piece of that was the bottom of one of those pews. Pews. That was the bottom of one of those pews that we cut the bottom out of to make our shelf toppers in the church down there. So I'll have to take this back to the table saw because the width is not even the same. It does this down the side. So anyway, we'll rip those out, straighten them up too in a minute. Okay, we have 4 boards. Let's get these 4 boards. Let's travel back through, back down the stairwell. Back through the church again. Now we're going into the schoolhouse. So everything's a trip. I don't exactly know. We may end up having to trim those out. But this is just a mock-up. I was gonna say we could go up there and get it more like closer than what, but let's move on. Turn some lights on in here. It's nice to have lights. Anyway, I'm gonna set you up right here, and let's just rip all these to the same width. At least our box won't be squirrely. The sides and everything. Too bad. This is 4 7/8. leave the blade up, because you don't ever know you're gonna come by, lay your hand there, whatever. There's a lot of times I even unplug it, but for right now, I'm still working today, so let's see what we got, how our boards are cut. All right, let's go stick these, let's grab these boards, go back in here, turn this light off. Okay, I've got this kind of little makeshift workbench set up. Like I said, I've got furniture setting out in places. I've got stuff I've went and found, bought from people that's piled up here and all this mess. Anyway, I'm not the best at putting these things together, but I'm gonna set this up and see if we can nail this box together. I do need to get a few tools though. Let me spin you back around here. Sorry about all the movement. Let's see what we need. Make it easier. Let's see. That may help. There's some screws we can put it together with. Don't know if there's a bit in there. I may have to find a bit. Screws bit. We need a drill. Yeah, it works. That's a plus. Alright, let's go back out here. And we'll just kind of set this stuff down there, what we're going to be working out. Biggest thing is I need to find, I don't know if that's the right one. I've got this little contraption where I thought I had one. Hang on just a second. Alright, so I got this little contraption. I don't even know where it even came from. Might have been something my dad even gave me. So it's designed to put, two pieces of board in here. You clamp it down. Personally, I've never used it, so let's try to put these in there and see what happens. Alright, well, it's locked in now. I need to be over there. Let's see if we can turn this thing on. You know what, if nothing else, if it helps me hold it up there, we'll try it out and see what happens. Drill me a little pilot hole. Like I said, we're not going to get fancy with this. If you're wondering, I'm screwing this together just in case that I decide that I need to take it apart and do something different. Like I said, we were up there measuring, not 100% sure what's what. Oh, you know what? I should have not have done that. That's why I'm screwing it together. Because what we should have done this board should be on the inside, not the outside. If anybody knows of anything better than this little clamp for holding corners, comment to me. Let me know. I've got some other. I got some shelves to build. We've got a lot of shelves to build, stuff to put together. So I'm all for it. If y'all know something better, like I said, stick it in the comments for me. Send me a link. The more I think about it, I think my dad did give me this little thing. And he'll probably call me when this is over and he'll say, you know, if you had done this, it'd been a lot easier. But we have a box, which is what we was looking for. So there we go. Nice little box. Now, all we're going to do is take this, set it inside the window, and see kind of what we got going on. Got our box. Let's go back in here, travel all the way back through. Now, if this is what we end up doing with the windows ourselves, I mean, we won't be screwing this stuff together. I mean, you know, I drilled, screwed those in there. Like I said, I don't know, I may have to take it back apart. May not be what I want. Just don't want to waste the wood. Let's go up here, get this thing set up, see what's going on. Get you turned around here so we can see if it works. All right. So the problem is, as you see me earlier when I was trying to measure the walls, you know, they're not, it's just concrete. They're not poured exactly right. Looks like I may be hitting in 2 or 3 places. Let's see what we got here. See if there's some stuff sticking off that's in the way. All right. Still be. Looks like we got the concept right. Looks like we should have measured. So that's kind of that's what I had in mind. That was my fix for it. I'm just gonna leave this sitting here. When the contractor gets here, his main guy, which is the same one that came up with the window seats, like I said, he may have, you know, he may take what I envisioned and play on and do something different. Then we can take and we can trim it around, hook our baseboard into it. This part of the window doesn't open anyway. And of course, these are nasty right now, but anyway, that was kind of what I had in mind. And we'll just wait till they get here, and they'll either do them exactly the same, or he'll probably say, hey, I know something different, or he'll work off of that. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me through this video, and we'll see you on the next one.